Dari, hello. It's the very end of November 2021, and this is a review of the Govee Temperature and Humidity meter. And I'm going to first of all talk about the situation and also a competitive product. So, we are in a situation where in our home in England, many of the rooms are quite humid, and we want to know exactly how humid. We want to record that over a period of time. So we've been looking around, and there are many different ways to collect this data. Fundamentally, you've got two different sorts of devices, in my opinion. You've got ones with a display and ones without a display. Ones without a display will talk to a smartphone, and ones with a display may or may not talk to a smartphone. So the old-fashioned display units will just be standalone, and you can look at them and see what the readings are. But a newer sort of device, of which the Switchbot on the right and the Govee on the left are two examples, are examples of devices which report their findings back to a smartphone, and they do that using Bluetooth. Obviously, for the smart home, there are a plethora of their alternatives, including other protocols like Wi-Fi and Zigbee. So anyway, this is principally a positive view of the Govee device. Let's get into that. Let's also mention the Smarthome device here, which I also considered but rejected because, if you can see, you've got the temperature and you've got the humidity, but you don't have the maximum and the minimum values which you have on the Govee device. So what I like about this device, you've got the maximum and the minimum, which is resettable, by the way, obviously. And you can walk into a room and you can immediately see what's the current temperature, what's been the maximum, what's been the minimum. Okay, so let's get Mr. Switchbot out of the way and concentrate on Mr. Govee. So it's a small unit. What can I show you to give you see how small it is? There's a remote control of a television. So it's tiny. The device takes two AA batteries in the back, and there's also a little stand, so it can self-stand like that. And then you won't be able to see it very well, so I'm going to put it face down. And, like I say, the advantage of this unit is you've got the temperature and the humidity and the maximum and minimum values. Now, let's go to the app. So here's a smartphone running Android. We're going to first of all, by the way, look at the Switchbot app, the competitive product. So Switchbot is a more professional product, but the display doesn't work so well. The functions of the app are pretty much similar, so you can see the temperature and the humidity, but you don't get lots of crapware advertising. So what do I mean about that? Which is that the Govee app, which is the one I am selecting and recommending, does have a lot of other advertising in it for their other products. So if you press any of these icons at the bottom, you get all kind of, anyway, I don't want to look at that, it's too depressing. This is because Govee, I think, are principally a lights company, and they also happen to do these temperature sensors. I suspect that's their secondary business. So their app is kind of more aligned to that. Anyway, let's look at what we've got here. So this is set up as the bathroom device. We've got, at a glance, we've got the time, we've got the date, we've got the battery level that's been reported back of the two AAA batteries. We've got the temperature and the humidity, and then we can just click on this and we can see, you see it says loading, so it says 100%, so it's downloaded automatically from this device all the data that was maybe pending. So according to the Amazon forward, you can store up to 20 days worth of data. So that's good enough for me. So once you have that data, you can view that data and you can contract and enlarge the display. So it's kind of flexible. I do like it. There's a bit of crapware on this device. Also, you can export the data. So if I go to that point here, I can say send to the email to which I'm registered at the duration of 1 minute intervals, and they can select a start and an end time and export not just this device, for example, but all the other devices, and then press go. So that exports a CSV file. So I think this provides everything that I want. The only thing it doesn't provide is connectivity to our SmartThings environment, which is our smart home of choice. In order for it to do that, it would have to need a Zigbee connection, or if you have a Switchbot, device, this Switchbot device, so let's talk about the Switchbot again. The Switchbot, which I've decided not to continue with, has got a display. It takes 2 AAA batteries. It's got a smaller display than the Govee, but you can also buy a hub, and the hub can talk from this device to the little smart hub, and then the hub can talk via Wi-Fi to other devices. So this is a more professional product in that you can expand it via a hub, and that hub can talk and take the information from these different devices. But the Achilles heel of that idea is that you need, in a house of any size, you'd need to be within Bluetooth range of that hub. So it's not like you'd need to just buy one hub, you'd have to buy multiple hubs. And that's the other reason why this Switchbot device, and they make many other types of smart home device, not just displays, but they make a device, for example, which presses a button, just physically presses a button, which is very useful for automating legacy devices. So a second reason why I'm not going with Switchbot is that although they make a hub which could connect to other smart home type devices, not including Samsung SmartThings, by the way, is that I'd need multiple hubs. So again, the Switchbot fails. So we're back to Mr. Govee with a smartphone app and a Bluetooth connection to that smartphone. I think it's a decent product. It's about £10, and for that you get a product that takes 2 AAA batteries. It's got its own little stand, can store up to 20 days worth of measurements, so you can synchronize them later, and works very well. So none of these devices, of course, can be monitored away from the home. So if you need to be able to see the temperature and humidity of your home when you're not there, then this device is not for you. However, if you want to maintain a log of the temperature and humidity, and you are able to go past that device within 20 days and on the fly look at the device, then I think the Govee is the best of the bunch. Thanks for watching, Diary. See you soon.